Hello, how's it going? It's Ruben again. Yep, so today I think I want to do a Ultima mission number 2 involving Seed, Noctis and Queen. Just a quick heads up, my Queen is actually underdeveloped, so you actually won't see her in most of the battle run. But I brought Noctis, friend 510, yeah, let's get into it. So Queen starts first, and I thought drop Kurasame's S1 call, just give it a bit of a damage boost, and then we want to bring in Noctis friend. And go straight into BT plus. So the one thing you should know about this Lufenia is the fact that the Queen has got an op count of 10 and it drops -1 every time you take a turn, obviously. And the only way to actually increase the op count is by cleansing the enemy's buff. And that can only be done if Hope actually takes a turn to place the buffs on the enemies. You don't really want Penelo to take a turn because Penelo, as I understand, always starts with her LD skill, which is cleansing the enemy's debuffs and actually killing your entire party. So that's why I've used Noctis LD skill to position her before, to position him before Penelo, so that he could, well, you don't want Penelo to take a turn basically. So as you can see now, Hope is going to take his turn. He's going to place buffs. So there you go. And then once that's done, we're safe because we can use Sid to cleanse the buff to bring the op count back to above 10, which is all we need really. So just beware, if you're doing this run with this party, all you need is literally cleansing once. And now we've got the buffs, obviously we want to remove the, we want to delete as much enemy turns as we can, just so that we could keep our damage going really. So at this stage I sort of like, it didn't really matter whether I had the plus for Warp Shrine or not. I've got enough turns behind Penelo just to give my... yeah, so I've got a bit of breathing space really. Noctis friend, literally all I need him to do is just use his LD skills as well as his EX skills really. He's going to do lots of follow-up big damage as well. The one thing that I was quite surprised was the fact that I could have 2 Noctis and only 1 Sid, and it still does enough damage even for like Lufenia stage, albeit it's not Lufenia plus. So that was yeah, it was quite, well, pleasant surprise, I would say. Yeah, again, so positioning our party's turns before Penelo, just to make sure that Penelo doesn't get a turn really. So now that we've done that, we want to try and utilize our Noctis friend a little bit more as well. So I think we want to try and use our Noctis BT phase so that we could utilize our friend's often damage in the BT phase. Obviously I'm at turn number 2 now. I think if you utilize his skill turns, you might be able to do even the 1 turn or even a 0 turn complete. So enemies are battle, I've got to worry about that. Another note is that if if Penelo and Hope dies midway the battle, the boss automatically takes a turn and actually uses her skill called Arise to actually raise one of them back to the battle. Right, so we've got one turn left on Noctis friend. Yeah, I think the good thing is that we've got obviously the Alexander's Salmon as a safety net, so I think yep, let's do it. So I've started off with EXQ because I've noticed that his Brave is quite a lot, so his EXQ actually does multiple HP dumps, which is really useful. Yeah. Well, he says one skill launches, but I think, yeah, launch damage isn't much on the boss, unfortunately, but hey ho. Whereas his Noctis S2 skill actually does quite a lot of damage on a single party. Sorry, on a single enemy. So, yeah, as you can see, another note is that when the boss HP reaches below 50%, the op count obviously disappears, but the Queen actually raises both Penelo and Hope back to full health actually, with lots of brave gains. Yeah, at this stage you could see that I'm not too concerned about Penelo or Hope having lots of brave gain. I think their turns are quite far behind, so we've got lots of time to actually reposition ourselves again just before their turns if we need to. To me, I think the only threat, honestly, I feel is Penelo. But once you gotten the op count, it should be a relatively easy run. Easy run. Nice. So we obviously still got one more turn for our Noctis friend, and we want to try and utilize him as much as possible. Gets it to put his AA skill, and yeah, I think let's push him back a little bit. Push them back a little bit. I think it's going well so far. So yeah, let's do one last final LDCA. I really liked Noctis when he came out the first time actually. He was one of my favourite characters to use on Opera Omnia. It took a little while to get used to understanding how his skill and turn manipulation worked, but he was great. Used him quite a lot. I haven't actually played Final Fantasy 15, but it was through this CDR game that I actually come to like him. But obviously he dropped quite a quite a while back actually, when the newer characters came out. He's obviously he's more relevant now. Just note that I haven't actually got him maxed out. I've only just realized his BT weapon. I haven't actually put any of the BT ingots on him. So literally I would say he's not doing as much damage as he can really. I haven't actually maximized his HA armor as well, so but yeah, I mean, if you're looking to complete the Ultima missions at a relatively cheap budget, I think this run is actually pretty good enough. As long as you've got a Noctis friend, you got a Sid who's got LD and a Noctis who has a BT weapon. And as I said, my Queen wasn't. It's just literally being carried by Noctis and Sid really. So as you can see, I haven't actually got any of the C35s or 15 weapons. Right, I think we'll come to a stage where we're quite comfortable and we need to summon now actually. We've got lots of LDCA as well, so but yeah, maybe why not just one? Or maybe I should have just gone to summon actually. Yeah, let's just go to summon. Yeah, just one more before we go to summon. I'm thinking that maybe I should just use summon on Sid. I initially brought Alexander because I thought Queen's HP regen wasn't enough, but I didn't realize that I was gonna do a zero, well, not a zero boss turn, but like I think if you want to, you can use a different summon honestly, a Shiva or even a Ramo, or even Earthig if you need to do lots of but to be fair, the BRV reductions aren't that much, so I think another summon of like Shiva, Ramo, or even Brothers would do. But there you go. So a 3-turn Lufenia complete with a Queen that's being carried by Sid and Noctis really. Yeah, this is the party use, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the run. See you in the next one.